Okay, so we talked about accessibility in the last video. Let's discuss content size categories in Swift. Now, let's talk about accessibility first. Again, we talked about it first. Accessibility is basically refers to people who have some type of sight or hearing impairment and creating ways to help them use your app, read your app, hear your app, or whatever. So, content size categories are meant to help people who have sight problems. And so you go to your settings in your app, which we will do, and you increase your default size. Okay. And that default size basically increases the font all throughout the way your iPhone works, and in all the apps that use dynamic type fonts, including custom fonts that use dynamic type. But let's talk about UI content size categories specifically, right? In Swift UI, this is a property that allows your app to adapt its user interface to the user's preferred text size. Okay? Again, this is part of the accessibility features provided by iOS, where users can choose text size that's comfortable for them, which can be particularly useful for those with visual impairments. So, when you're programming and you want to use content size category, these are the content size categories that are available: extra small, small, medium, dot large, extra large, extra large, blah 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 blah. Okay. Now by default, the content size category is going to be medium, right? Now, why do we need content size categories, right? Because I figure, look, if you wanted to make your stuff more readable, why don't you just have a functionality in your app that just bumps up the type size instead of having just content size categories in general? The reason why is because the content size categories don't just refer to like a font size. They refer to dimensions that you use for padding, spacing, complex layouts, right? And when you use content size categories, it helps you put your layout all together. So they're important because you are dealing with padding, spacing issues within complex layouts. It will take more time, it will take more than bumping up points to make views more readable. Okay, so let's go into our example. Okay, so now what I did now is I started up an app that uses content size category. And basically we just have a view and a V stack with a border around it. Background dynamic background from a dynamic size right here. And so basically what this does is it gets the size category, right, from the dynamic type size environment variable, right? And if it is greater than medium, accessibility medium, okay, and which is, when we go back here, we talk about so if it is greater than accessibility medium, which is here, the background will be red. Otherwise, it's blue. So when we run this, we have this. Okay. Now let's talk about changing our content size category. We'll go here. Okay, I'm visually impaired. Go here. Okay. All right. So now I go here to my settings, right? Go to my settings. Go to accessibility. Go to display and text size. Then I say larger text, right? Now I turn it on. This is the medium size, okay? This is the medium size. So now let me go back here. Go back here, content size type, category, and this is blue. Now, when I look here, I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, a few sizes up to get to accessibility medium. I'm gonna go here, here, and we're gonna take this and slide this here. Okay, I'm sure that this is not accessibility medium. It's not. And when I close this out and go back here, content size, it is not. It is now red. So basically, we've changed our category size type to be over a certain size type. Okay. Too bad this doesn't really label what size type we're picking. Now, if you want to set this back to default, you turn this off, turn it back on. This is our default medium right here. And it is the normal size type for everyone, right? But again, if you're visually impaired, you turn your default size type up a little bit. And this helps you see better. Okay? So that's an example of that. And again, if you want this back to normal, simple. There's no need to guess. Go back here, turn it off, come back on, and it sets it back to its normal default. Okay? And of course, I mean, if you want to leave it alone, you can just turn it off and leave it off. Okay. So, yeah, that's an intro to dynamic size types and how they work and what they're useful for. If you want to look at this functionality, this is up on, this is in my GitHub repo. Clone it or download it to your machine, run it, look at it, and yeah, to help you understand it. So on to the next.